So, you grew up in Andover?
Yes.
Yes. You're 17?
Yeah, at the moment, yeah, 18 in April.
Right. You started athletics at 8 years old?
Yes, 8.
In Andover?
Yeah, joined Andover at 8, yeah.
You went to Hurstmoncharran and the Clear?
Yeah. Primary and secondary, yeah.
You first competed for England. When you first competed for England, you won the gold in long jump.
Yes, yeah.
You were flag bearer for England in the Commonwealth Youth Games in July this year?
Yeah, over in the Bahamas, yeah.
And this one I'm not sure. Your PB for long jump, 6:29?
It's now 6:31.
6:31?
Yeah, it was 6:29 for about 2-3 years.
Right.
And I've done, 6:31 this year.
Okay, well, I haven't actually written any questions because I kind of wanted to just sort of flow.
Yeah.
So bear with me a bit.
Yeah,
If you don't want to answer anything, that's fine. If you say something and you say, I don't really want that in, that's absolutely fine as well.
I'll just see what I can do.
So basically, with the documentary,
Mhm.
obviously you must enjoy what you do.
Oh yeah, of course, I absolutely love it.
And you wouldn't do it 6 days a week if you didn't.
Yeah.
But what I kind of want to get through in this documentary is necessarily the sides that you don't enjoy.
Yeah.
And a big part of that is the social side. I would imagine at your age, that's quite a big thing. So training 6
definitely.
days a week, how much time do you get to be with friends and that kind of thing?
Not much at all, because obviously I train Monday to Thursday evenings, then Saturday, Sunday mornings, and then I have a part-time job on Friday, Saturday, Sunday nights. So it's kind of Friday afternoons, maybe sometimes I'll see my friends, maybe Saturday, Sunday during the day, but not very often, because usually I don't get home from training until mid-afternoon, and then I just need a rest really, because obviously you've been up since like 8:30 training, and then there's not much time at all.
Say you were going to meet up with your friends. What kind of thing would you do?
Literally, it's not much. Maybe we might, very rarely this is, maybe go out to eat, or most of the time it's just chill at their house, because I just don't have the energy to go like out shopping, or especially like there's no parties during the day, they're all at night, and that's when I'm either training or working. So yeah, it's usually just chill at houses really.
Also a big thing I suppose is relationships. You're at that age now where a lot of people are getting into relationships. I imagine a lot of your friends are in relationships. Or people you know.
A huge amount of them.
How are you in a relationship or not?
Not at the moment. Not at the moment. No.
How is it easy to try and find a relationship, or are you not looking?
It's not particularly easy. Like I'm not purposely looking, but no, it's not easy because there's so much to juggle, and you don't have the time to like be going out all the time, meeting people and stuff. So no, it's extremely difficult in that area.
So you must during college, is it hard to sometimes what do you do at college? What subjects?
Level 3 BTEC sport, which really suits me because it's all coursework. So I chose that because then that would mean I didn't have to spend as many hours outside of college revising for exams, because it's no exams, which like really suits me.
So do you sometimes find yourself at college thinking, I'm not sure, like I can cope with this amount of things to do?
Yes, I mean, I have quite a good work ethic, like I get everything done, but then in the back of my mind I'm like, I have to get this done like now, otherwise I'm going to have no time, because I can't leave it until I get home like some people could. I can't leave it to weekends because I literally, like, it's college train. So no, if I don't get it done in the lessons, then I can't do it. So I'm constantly working to like a very firm deadline, which can be quite stressful.
So in terms of social side at college, when you went to college, did you have many friends from the Clear going to, it's Pearson's you go to, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I had friends from the Clear as well, my secondary school, but I had friends that I knew from Andover, as well as I had friends from athletics that I knew. So I knew a lot of people, but I don't see a lot of people in college because I come in for my lessons, then I go home, go straight to training. When I'm at college, all I'm usually doing is working, because I don't have any time outside of college. So college really isn't a social thing for me. Like, I don't see that many people inside of college.
Do you ever find yourself, maybe you don't necessarily realise, but do you ever find yourself struggling a little bit when you're training 6 days a week? Has it got to the point yet where you're kind of like, do I really, really need to do this?
Not yet, but then there's some times when you get home really late at night from training. I mean, not really late, but it's like 9 o'clock and you have to eat and you have to do all that kind of stuff and like roll, which takes ages, and recover to get up the next day at 8:30 to go training. And then it's like, it can get really repetitive. So I'm quite lucky in the fact that my coaches set a variety of sessions, because if I didn't have a variety of sessions, it would literally be mind numbing, kind of getting up every day and just repeating it all over again.
Yeah. So talk about the club. So obviously Andover has produced quite a few athletes who go on to do stuff.
Yeah, quite a few international people.
Do they, because obviously the training can get quite intense, and someone who's quite young like yourself, have the club ever actively done something to help you try and cope? Or do you know if they have anything in place that just if they notice someone starts struggling, or?
I'm not sure actually. Like, I don't think, like, I've never been offered any kind of help. But then again, like, my coaches keep a very close eye on me and stuff, and I have quite a support base at the club, like from all of the coaches and the parents and other athletes. So they won't let anyone like slip under the radar and start struggling. But no, I'm not don't aware of any like thing that they're doing.
Yeah. So do you see James every single training session, or?
I mean, he sets my sessions for 4 out of the 6 sessions a week. He only coaches 3 sessions a week, and then I have 2 different coaches that for the multi-events. But James is my like primary coach that does all the sessions.
And I suppose, because you've been with him for so long, how long has you been?
I've been with him since I was 10 or 11, so
right. 6 years.
6 years, it's a long time.
So I suppose you must get to know him, and he must be able to realise if you're having some sort of issue.
Yeah, like he'll always know, like even without me saying it, can be from like my body language or from the way I'm training or like anything. He'll know if something's up or if I'm struggling with something, and he'll make like adaptations or talk to me about it.
Is the training you're doing now, so 6 days a week, is that the most you've ever done, or have you done that before?
Yeah, I mean, up until September this year I was only training 4 days a week, and then obviously because I've started multi-events now, it's up to 6 days a week, which is, it wasn't too big a step up, but then we went into it like straight away. We went from 4 to 6 straight away, so there was no gradual build up. So all of a sudden it kind of hit me like everything revolved around athletics then, and there was like literally not much room for anything else.
Yeah. So you turn 18 in
April.
6, 7 months?
Yeah, half a year about, yeah.
Are you concerned about, because obviously when you turn 18 there's more things you can drink legally, I suppose.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. Are you concerned about when you turn 18, or are you determined to try and not let anything change?
I mean, it's very, very difficult to block out all the distractions of like, especially like even now, even before I'm 18 and like you can't drink and stuff, even with like there's parties going on and all my friends are starting to go out now because some of them are already turning 18, and obviously there's always going to be those distractions, and they are like getting harder and harder to block out, but you just got to like prioritize like what do I want. But it can get irritating sometimes. Like I can never live like in the right now. I've always got to be thinking in the future, which can get a bit annoying, but you've always got to think like, this is where I want to be in the future. So it's obviously something I'm going to work towards. Yeah.
Have you got sort of 2 sets of friends, one athletics, one college?
Yeah, definitely, like college friends and everything. I mean, they get my sport, like they get why I can't go out sometimes, and they get like what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And then my athletics friends are a lot more similar to me, like they don't go out as much because they have to train and stuff, but it's nice having that balance. So you have the friends that aren't very associated with sport, so you have that break from sport when you're talking to them, but it's also nice to have friends that are like really, really understand like what you're doing in sport as well.
So at what point when you started, just start athletics, at what point did you realise I might be able to take this further, or?
I think it was when I went to my first English schools when I was about 14, and that's when I got like a real taste for being at a higher level, and I was like, and from then on like I really, really enjoyed it. And I mean, I think I did go through a phase, and maybe a year or so after that, where I was like, I'm really not sure whether I want to do this anymore, because the training got so difficult and I started to become like so dissociated with everyone else because they were like moving through the teenage stage and I was still stuck in the athlete stage. But after that year, like it just kept getting better and better, and then from the English schools I just kept like growing and growing, and so I stuck with it. Yeah.
So have you ever sort of pushed yourself too far? Have you ever had an injury that's kept you out for a bit because you've almost overdone it? Has that ever happened?
I mean, I did have a calf injury this time last year, and that could have possibly been because we did step up my training last year a little bit. So even though I wasn't training more days, the intensity of my training was higher, and that led to me getting soft tissue damage in my calf. But it wasn't anything too serious, and it's completely gone now. But it didn't like damage me too much, but it was still a little bit.
So your family, you've got one sister.
Yeah, younger sister, my parents. Yeah.
Have they ever? How much of an effect have your parents been on your career so far?
Absolutely massive. They have built their life to revolve around my athletics. Like, they've given up majority of their social life for it. They drive me everywhere. They fully like support me. They like take me to all my competitions before I could drive, to training and everywhere. And they like buy me all the right food that I need and all the equipment. Like, they could not be more supportive if they tried. Yeah.
What is it they do, if you don't mind me asking?
My dad is a gardener and my mum's a primary school teaching assistant.
Right. So your sister, is she, how much younger is she?
15, she's
right.
15, yeah.
Do you think she's does she idolise you a bit, or does she get a bit jealous that you're...
I don't think it's jealous. I don't think it's either. I don't think it's idolising or jealous, but I mean, she does look up to me, I think. She's never said, but I do think she looks up to me. But there's also the side of it where it's not jealousy, but it's also the fact that a lot of people talk about me and a lot of people like know who I am, and she kind of gets pushed to the side a bit. So I don't think it's jealousy, but I think like I do feel a bit sort of bad for her sometimes, because I wish like she could be a bit more in the light as well, which could be a bit hard on her. But I don't think it's jealousy. I don't know what the word is for it, but yeah.
Is she going to be a good athlete? Is she as good?
Yeah, she trains in the same group as me. So she's under 17 now, the age group, and I'm under 20. So no, she does like all the Hampshire events and county events and south of England kind of stuff. So she does compete at like a decent level as well.
Is she almost trying to, well, not that you've necessarily made any mistakes, but is she trying to almost learn from your mistakes, or is she trying to get to the point? Has she ever said whether she wants to do training 6 days a week, and whether she wants...
I don't think athletics is a path she wants to go down, because she's a very academic person, so she likes the academics, but she does she does want to follow my footsteps a bit, because she's always up for training more. Like, even if the rest of the group aren't training and I have to do a session, she'll sometimes come up with me because she wants to put in an extra bit of work as well.
Being from Andover, you're quite often in the paper, I've noticed. Do you like having that kind of limelight? Do you like seeing yourself in the back of the paper?
I mean, not so much for me, but I think it promotes the club a lot, because obviously we're not a very well-known club, because we're not tiny, but compared to like the bigger city clubs and stuff. So to get like the Andover name out there through my name is really good, because it can bring a lot more publicity to the club, and it can bring a lot more people like giving sponsorship to the club, so we can afford new equipment and stuff. So in that way, like, it's really good.
Yeah. So you're just trying to almost knuckle down and not get distracted by anything.
Yeah, definitely trying to knuckle down and reduce the distractions to a minimum, really.
So have you got an end goal for what you want to do with athletics, essentially?
I just want to win a lot of medals, really. Like, I want to be one of the world's best. Like, I mean, that's what every athlete wants. They want to like go out there, win Olympic medals, world medals, and like have my name. It'd be amazing to have my name as a household name, like within athletics. Like, that would be amazing.
Yeah. So the Olympics is I assume that's the pinnacle for every kind of athlete.
Definitely. I mean, the Olympics is, once you're Olympian, you're always going to be an Olympian. And if you can get a medal at the Olympics, that like is every athlete's dream, really.
So you were European under-18 long jump champion? Is that right?
Yeah, 2016.
So you must be within. You must be, in terms of close to making that a squad like that, like the Olympic squad, because there can't be many better than you. No, in terms of what you do.
Yeah. I mean, like, I've made a lot of squads this year, so I'm in with the squads, but it just, I've just stepped up from youth to junior, so obviously that's a big step up, and that's going to be a lot more difficult. So stepping up there is going to see where like my track goes onto for the next couple of years, really.
Is long jump the thing you want to end up doing, or is it heptathlon?
I mean, I've never done a heptathlon before, so I can't say, but I'm going to really try heptathlon this year and see how it goes. And if it goes all right, I'm not expecting it to go brilliantly because I've only had a couple months training, but I want to see how it goes. But long jump's always going to be my main event, but I don't want to just do long jump for the next, if I make it as an athlete for the next 10 years of my life, like I do want to try a range of events, but long jump's always going to be the one.
Who were your role models growing up? Is it athletes? Is it family? Is it friends? What kind of?
Probably athletes and family, really. Famous athletes. I mean, everyone says Jess Ennis because like she's just amazing at what she does, but it's also a lot of long jumpers. Like I like to see athletes who were once my age, like competing at the same level as me, kind of doing the same stuff as me, and then working their way up and are now going to the Olympics and stuff. People like Jasmine Sawyers, for example, like she was jumping around the same as me at this age, and now she's been to her first Olympics and everything. So those kind of people. But then also my family, because I mean my dad was always really sporty, so that's probably where I get my like competitive genes from and everything. So yeah, he was probably quite a big role model in my sport as well.
And finally, so I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, if you had any advice for people younger than you who are thinking about going into athletics or wanting to do quite intense training, what would your advice for them to be?
Don't go straight into it. You need to break yourself into it easily, because if you want to do intense training, you're going to go into it and you're going to be training your heart out, and then you will literally hate it. If you just train and train and train, you're going to kill your body and then you'll hate it. So if you build into it gradually, you'll start the fun, like off on the fun side, and it's easier. And then if you build in, you're like, because if you start easy, you'll want to do more afterwards, so then you're going to keep wanting to do it. So yeah, gradually build in, I'd say.
And in terms of the social side, would you give advice to do it how you've done it, or would you maybe change something if you could go and do it again?
I mean, it's very, very difficult to get a balance, but I'd say you need to prioritise athletics, but don't forget about the social side of it, because if you completely just focus on athletics, you will start to like stray from it eventually. So you need to, from the start, you need to have a balance of athletics and social life, but always prioritising athletics.